What's going on, YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome to episode 2 of season 4. First and foremost, quickly wanted to thank every single one of you guys who came out and watched the season premiere with me just a few days ago, as well as those who came after and watched it. And like to thank you for all of the likes and the few subscribers that I received from the previous episode as well. That is the biggest honor that you can provide somebody who is creating videos for you, is by liking their content as well as subscribing to the channel. So thank you. Feel free to do so as well if you aren't subscribed yet. Now, I'd like to start off this episode by making a purchase. And I think that we're going to buy that tile across from the river that way. We have the road that's leading out to it, so it's perfect if we wanted to expand out that way. But also, it's taking up a little bit of room from our area, neighborhood, right here. So that's the reason why I would like to buy that particular tile. So let's grab it, and then additionally, I love this area right here. So we have train tracks, easy access to trains, should it be cargo or passenger. Up here, we could easily do some regular industry or forestry industry because we have the nice trees. And then over here, this is a really cool little dig out. We can easily put a freshwater outlet somewhere right over here and then have this kind of naturally run off as a little creek or something of that sort out into the wild. So that could be the plan down the road. I don't know, we'll see. But let's come over here. There's a couple of things that I'd like to do in this episode, and that would be to rework this right here. Let's go ahead and get started on that right away. Now, the reason I would like to rework all of this is, for one, when you guys mentioned that our road over here should follow the river, and I agree with that 100%. And I think we can easily make that happen coming out this way. And I would like to also turn this area into the self-sufficient housing. So it's going to be low density self-sufficient housing over here. And then right next to it, kind of somewhere maybe in this area right here, what we're going to do is we're going to build a block of organic and local produce. So let me go ahead and I'll build up the area. I'll put it in a time lapse so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I will be back once we are done. We're going to take a look at why organic and local produce and why the self-sufficient buildings. So I will see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, this is kind of what I've come up with. So we have our organic and local produce district right over here. So let's take a look at the benefit of that. So if you ever wanted to read a description of something in the menu, just push down on your right stick off the icon that you'd like to take a look at, and it's going to bring up this little description. It works the same for all of them. Changes: commercial area to consist of buildings like organic produce shops, electric car charging stations, and such. They produce, so here are the benefits and disadvantages as well. So they produce 50% of sold goods locally. Truck traffic in the area is reduced by 50%. It increases electricity consumption by 20%, and it reduces garbage production by 20%. So 3 good, 1 bad. 1 bad being the electricity, but that's okay, no problem. Next up, we're going to take a look at is the self-sufficient buildings, and that's this big old district right here that I've kind of marked out for us. So we're going to make that the self-sufficient buildings, and let's read that description. So the self-sufficient residential buildings recycle their waste and produce energy with solar panels and by other means. So they consume 30% less electricity, they produce 30% less garbage, at the same time they generate 30% less taxable income. So those are the benefits and disadvantages here. So here we have 30% less income, here we have 20% more electricity consumption, right? 20? Yeah. But all in all, I think it's going to work out. This area right here, we do have the ability to expand either the commercial or the residential out this way. So we'll kind of leave that blank as it sits. Let's see how this area develops over here first. And I think I'm going to do that right there. One additional thing that I wanted to kind of put in as a marker, and we're going to use the industry road for that. Let's go and turn on the lowest elevation step. Is I know that I want a bridge right here. And I think going up by 1 gives it a really nice slope. And I really like the way the industry bridge looks, because it's got that gap in the center. So now all we have to do is come over here and kind of even that out maybe a little bit. That's not good. I mean, we're not gonna extend the road out that way just yet. I mean, we're kind of broke right now, so I wanna save money to develop this area. From the money that we make from this area, we'll kind of move into that area a little bit as well. Let's move our power over first. So power, I think I'd like to start zoning residential right there. And I did put water lines everywhere, so we're good to go there. We have our district. Yes, we do. Okay. So let's come over here. We're going to select our small brush and just go to town. We'll put the game on 3 speed. Let these folks move in fairly quickly. Now, the reason I'm doing this side right here first is because I want to connect it to the commercial zone over here. So I want to have power sooner rather than later. And I know we're not really in a position to spend more money right now, but I think a little plaza right here would do us very good. And hello, there's that glitch again. There it is. Okay, so let's zone a little bit more. Actually, I think we're gonna have to zone a lot a bit more, because we do have the demand, and I highly doubt that it's gonna go away. And we'll come to about there. On this side, we can zone all of it. Just to there. We'll leave that alone. Sure, yeah, let's zone this and this too. And okay, our population is coming back up. I think it's going to be time to zone a little bit of commercial as well. And I'd like to do that. This way we can come through now and put in some pathways. We'll do that. Come all the way over here. Just like so. And the other neat thing is what we can do. We can separate this out a little bit, right? So we can do that, and then over here come by another 4 tiles and split it up right down. Actually, leave that one alone. Come down this way, do something like this. Come over here, do something like that. You know, make it a little bit interesting and a little bit less boring, right? So something like that doesn't have to be symmetrical or perfect, but it will look nice once everything is zoned in. And if you want to, like, pick an area, for example, like this one right here, and get rid of. Actually, we don't have any zoning right here, so we can put in trees next to the pathways. Even though there's pathways that have the built-in trees, I kind of prefer to do it this way. So let's grab our single tree and then just do something like that, right? That looks kind of nice. And then in this area over here, we are going to fill it in with trees once we get most of the population moving in. Our industry demand is spiking up a little bit, so we are going to zone that much right there. And I would really like to not zone any more than this, because it is temporary. But we'll see what the demand is like. Farming, I think we're going to tackle within the next few episodes and come up with a layout over here to cover our Snapchat and Ghost right here. And we can come through there. And one of the things that you can do when you have close areas like this is just simply provide pathways so people can move about the area easier. See, something like that works. And if you don't want a house in this block, we can get rid of it. And you can connect all of them like that. So even this one over here, I think, could use a pathway. And what that's going to do is just going to let your residents, your population, move about the city easy. Bring that one to there. And oh, look at that. It's going to connect. So now we have all of it connected right through there. We have an easy access to come through here and do some shopping. See, this area right here could use one as well. So we'll come through to there. Kind of curve it just like so. Not bad. Over here, before we zone anything, we can get a head start, do something like that. And not really needed over here, but let's do it anyways. Oops. There we go. Something like that should work. And yeah, now we're just waiting for everything to come in. Our budget's back to 2,400 per week, which is really, really good. And we'll get started on the zoning closer to the water here. I'm thinking maybe some parks and whatnot alongside of this road. Maybe even upgrade it down the road to the road with trees, grass, who knows. And since this is the self-sufficient buildings district, we could maybe upgrade all of the roads to the roads with grass. I don't think we have that unlocked yet, nor are we in a position to spend the additional money to do it, but we'll see. We'll see. I am going to have to rework this bridge. I don't like this little curvy shape right there, so we'll work on that once once we decide to expand out this way. But I think this area is coming in pretty nicely. Our next milestone is going to be at 2,200 population, which means we unlock an additional area, a couple of more services. Primarily, we are going to get the cemetery, so that's going to be something that we're going to want to place down right away. And then additionally, with the cash injection that we get, we're going to need to look at services on this side. So police, fire, as well as the clinic were really low on this side. So even if we were to place something over here, it's really not going to help out this area too much. However, it is going to be a lot closer for somebody to travel from here and help somebody over here, as opposed to travel from all the way over here. And it'll show these folks that we care. So that's kind of what I have in mind once we reach that next milestone. But it's cool. I like it. It's developing really nicely. There's the tiniest slope coming from up here and going down towards the water, which I think is really cool too. So if you come over here and let's say you just stand right here, you can kind of see everything up top. It's really cool. Like a little low density residential skyline. Really nice. All right, so we have reached our boomtown. So 2,200 in population, we get a new area unlocked. We have a bunch of new services that we can play with, and I think we'll use a couple of these. So primarily the postal service. We have a new industry specialization, which is ore, and I don't think we're going to use that this whole series. So we do have a bunch of new policies that we can mess with. Free Wi-Fi, not a bad idea in this quarantine time. New roads. We have the highways unlocked, but actually we can upgrade a couple of those roads to the highway. Let's see, buildings wise, I mentioned the cemetery that we are going to use right away. And let's see, what else? So post office, cemetery. What would be nice to use if we have the money is the elder care and the child health center to kind of help our population grow. And once we use them, I'll kind of explain a little bit of what the benefits are of those. But we're good. We have 72,000 in the bank. We're making about 3,000 per week. The only demand right now is the industry demand, so we'll leave that alone. And I mentioned that I would like to prioritize the cemetery. So I've already kind of picked out an area for it, and I'm thinking it's going to be right over here. So I'll pause the game. Let's disable the road guidelines, and I would think maybe just something like that to get us started with, and kind of get it a little bit tucked in over here and covered with trees. A cemetery is something that should be kind of a private area, I would say. And I'm thinking that if we make it secluded kind of over here and just do some tree decorations and whatnot, I think this would work just a-okay. So let's give that a shot. Let's see if it'll work for us. We'll do a little bit of, actually, let's see where power is real quick. Take care of the power lines. So we're gonna need to run power from, say, there to, will it? Yes, it will. Perfect. So right there, and then the power does extend out this way as long as we keep the residential zoning there. So I think we should be good. Let's put the game back on. We'll make some of that additional money while we decorate. I'll put it on 2-speed as well. So what I have in mind here is to come around, kind of maybe do something like that, make it a little bit dense for more of that privacy. Something of that sort, come out this way. Maybe even so. And then We can mix in a couple more here. And then we're going to move into our taller trees. Do something like that. A couple more over here on this side. A couple more here as well. And down here, depending on the height of this bridge, where it ends up being, I think we can run a pathway under here, connecting the area to here. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. Let me go into freeform. Then we're gonna go snapping options. I'm gonna wanna raise it right here. Let me pause. Ooh, that's gonna be very close, but let's see. If we have to fix it later, it's okay. We will. Something like that. We may have to go one more notch up, believe it or not, on the bridge. And then start from this side, kind of come like so, and like so. I think that should be okay. Come over here. Kind of curve a little bit and hug these trees that we have right there. I think this one might be a little much. Okay, I like it. I do. Cool. We'll play the game again, and let's see about maybe covering this area right here a little bit too. Just like so. So if you're walking through here at night, you know there's a cemetery right there. A little bit scary. A tense situation, right? Ghosts and whatnot. Not to mention this ghost right here. But I think it's good. I like it. I like it. The other thing that this does is once we decorate this area right here, it'll bring everything together with the trees. So we can get a head start on that. We can come through there, put a tree there. Maybe, yeah, a few of these taller ones over here will work as well. And then over here, only lower density trees. And look, people are already using this pathway. I love it. It's really cool. Really cool. Let's kind of come right here. Over here, we're going to put in a couple of rocks. That's too big. Maybe one there. And one there, just to show that we are creative. Yeah, but I'm really excited that people are already using it. I thought this one might have been a further distance than to walk this way, but I guess it's not. It's more convenient. So that's really cool. That's really cool. We have to figure out what to do here, which we will. I'm almost thinking about maybe extending this pathway down this way. I don't know. I'll give that some thought. Let's move into what we need to do next over here. I'll put the game on 3 speed because we need the monies. Over here, we're gonna do a little bit more commercial. So this right here, and we'll do that as well. And services. So services, we're going to need to provide here. And if it'll let us, squeeze all 3 of them in here. So fire department, actually, you know what? Let's pause. I want to show you guys something. So you know how you have the European themed map? and the regular maps, right? European themed map gives you access to different firehouse, police station, as well as the clinic and a couple of other buildings, right? But you can't have that in the boreal, tropical, and the temperate maps unless you do a little trick. Let me show you that trick. Where you're going to need to go into your zoning and districts, go zone or make any kind of a district, right? Doesn't matter what it is, how big it is. Select your inspect districts tool. Click on the district. Now you see these little tabs you have down here. Go into select a building style for this district. So it's the very first one, the little blue house. Click on that. You have to click on enable style buildings. What that's going to do is that will, if you come over here to the fire station, check it out. It unlocked the European fire station as well as the firehouse. Same thing with the police stations and the firehouse. You do have the European clinic as well. Hospital. That's already unlocked. Shouldn't be. There's a glitch for you right there. We are not there yet. We need to be at 4,600 in population in order to unlock that, but it's unlocked already. So we're not going to use it. We'll play by the rules. But that's how you unlock the European style buildings. I think it's really cool that they allowed us to be able to mix and match. And over here, we're going to take advantage of that and put in, oh no, not going to fit. This one will fit. Let's fix this road. We'll make it a little bit bigger because I really want that firehouse there. That might be a little too big. Let's check it out. Put the game back on 3 speed. It's a little too big. That's okay. We'll put it there anyways. I think it looks fantastic. I love it. Oh, look, it's got a German. I think that's a German flag there. Cool. Next up, let's provide healthcare. So we're going to use the European clinic, and let's put that right here on this corner. And we're going to want a police station here too. And police station, well, let me go here. It will, right there on the corner. Perfect. And look, we have a fire over here as well. So hopefully these guys, yep, there they go. Put that fire out. One other thing I want to check really quickly is let's go into options and see if we do. So we have disable fire spreading enabled, which means that this fire right here is not going to spread to all of the other houses, which, yes, I know it's not realistic because a fire of this sort should spread to the other houses, but I don't feel like having half the map burned down because of one fire. So we'll leave that just like so. Over here, let's do a little bit of decor as well. I'm gonna bring the area together. Like so. Over here. Let's put in a couple of lower density shops. Once they come in, I think that'll be nice. And then over here, I think we can sneak in an additional pathway. Come through there. There we go, like so. And not that we need it, but we could connect just like that as well. It's a little bit wonky here. Let's use this one. Actually, I'm going to use the one. These are lights, right? Yeah. Let's try this. There we go. Still a little bit Let me see if I can fix this. Let's pause. So that's not going to work from that side. What if we... There we go. Something like that. Should work. And we don't have that gnarly looking dip anymore, which is good. And then our zoning here, since I want these two buildings to be kind of the same, we can do 3 here and 3 here. I think that should be good. That looks kind of nice. I like it. And over here, let's let the game play again. What I like to do... Uh-oh, power problems. So, see, we're at 100% production right now. We are going to have to start thinking about an additional... Whoa, that fog. An additional powerhouse. So, keep that in the back of our mind while we're spending all the money. But over here, what we can do is kind of play around with some of these tiles that we have from the Parks DLC. So something like that, if you really wanted to, you can come in here and grab... Where is that horse? There he is. I don't know, something like that might be a good idea. Then you can fence it up as well. So when placing fences down, what I like to do is I like to turn off all of the snapping so I can get as close to, say, buildings. Well, let's snap here. Let me... Will it? No, it won't. Never mind. We're not that lucky. I like to turn off all snapping so I can get as close to the buildings and place my fence anywhere I would like. So let's say, for example, something like that, and then we can come over here, meet up with this one, and that looks nice. I feel like it's missing something. So how about a few fountains? There we go, something like that. What I really wanted to do is put in some benches. So we can put a little bench there. A little bench there. And let's see what kind of a tree would fit in well here. What about these guys? Nope. These guys are nice. So like one in this corner, one there. Maybe. Nope, not there. Well, that's that. I think I'll keep it like that. I think it looks nice and brings a little bit more character to the area. And we're good. We are good. I'm really liking the way this area is coming in. So we've taken care of the necessary services here. Fire, police, and health. We have a cemetery. Next up, before we end the episode, is we're going to have to provide an additional elementary school. Because, look, we're almost in the red. And I think right here would be perfect. So, local neighborhood elementary school. Actually, you know what? I'm going to spend money. Let's make it the European elementary school. There we go. That looks really nice. Since we have the European style buildings over here too, kind of keep with the flow. And we'll do the natural park as well, just like so, a little playground. And then over here, don't really want to zone anything, so we'll cover this up with some trees. And there we go. I think we're good. We do have that ridiculous residential demand, so we'll zone a little bit more of that. Let's come all the way through to there, and I'm gonna bring this area in too. There we go. I think that should be good for the time being. Now before, I keep saying before we end the episode, it's gonna come to an end at some point. Let's put in some of these other trees. So let's select our medium brush intensity all the way up, and we'll fill in the blanks. There we go. Something like that should work. Gonna come over here as well. I know some of these trees right here are going to de-zone because we have residential zoned right there. But let's mix it up a little bit too. And we'll put in some of these smaller, thicker, and greener trees. There we go. And it's coming together. I like it. I like it a lot. What would be nice if we got some rain right now as well? Kind of shine up the roads a little bit. I think that would make for a perfect thumbnail, but no rain, so we'll just have to wait for it. And lastly, we are gonna zone all of this right here as commercial. And I think let's call it a day. Call it an episode. I think we did good today. Hopefully you guys picked up a couple of tricks, especially that one with putting in the European style buildings. I like the way this area is coming in right here. I really do. We're gonna have to get a little bit creative right here and do something. There's the fog coming in. I think we might get some rain. I might have to wait and see and snap a quick photo. We have a cemetery. We've reached our next milestone. The milestone after this one is at 4,600, and we'll go over that once we get it. Started a bridge here. We might have to fix it up a little bit. I think we're good. Farming coming in the next few episodes. I promise. Just got to figure out how to bring everything together. But that's that. So thank you guys so much. If you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit subscribe. That does motivate me to make more videos for you guys, and more often as well. Because if I don't think that you like the episodes, then I really have no motivation to do it. That, and it is really the only way that you can show me your support, right? So thank you so much. As always, be the best that you can be in everything that you do. And I will see you guys on the next one.